Why? Why? Just why? I'm just... Ah, good old road trips, full of promise and ripe with potential for adventure, soul-searching, and incredible scenery. Or at least that's what you thought before the novelty wore thin. As of now, your legs are cramping up. You've exhausted your travel playlist 2 times over, and your stomach is begging for something to eat. On top of all that, you're pretty sure you're lost. I can't even... Driving through Oregon paints a picture of trees, and more trees, especially on the endless winding roads that you're taking up north. All that breaks the pattern is a sign that zips past, with words that you'll just be able to make out. Gravity Falls. The road continues on. Giant redwoods looming on both sides. You find yourself anticipating something, because as you drive on, you can feel it. Something strange is about to happen here. Something weird. And that's when it happens. Your car picks up speed. Just like lightning quick. The change came out of nowhere and you quickly put your foot on the brakes, but horrifyingly, the car seems to be driving on its own willpower. What? Trying to stay calm, despite the panic welling in your chest, you pull the emergency brake, only to find that the car resists and keeps moving forward like something is pulling it. Okay, Christine. The car begins to rattle, the wheels screech against the country road, and you're screaming until... Crash. Oh, I crashed into a gift shop. No! Damn it. There's smoke. Why is there smoke? Maybe because I just crashed the damn car. You cough, fumble for the door, and manage to undo the lock just before the door is wrenched outward from your grasp. Something lands on your shoulder. A hand. Are you alright? I can't. A man stands at your open car door. His hand on your shoulder leaves to tilt your head up. And he pulls a flashlight from his coat, shining in your eyes. 2 blinks and he lets your chin go. He's a doctor, okay? Is he even a doctor? I can't even remember. His eyes dart over the rest of you, looking for injuries. Still stunned. All you do is watch. What's your name? Oh, we have to put our name. Regular person. That's totally my name. Regular person. Yours. What if we put my name's Zipper. Try again. Oh, sorry. My name's Mabel. Try again. Stan. Try again. Damn, we can't say Stan. Bill Cipher. Try again. We can't be Bill Cipher, guys. Sorry. We can put my regular name. Fuck it. And your pronouns? She, her. Hey, I'm Stan for Pines, Ford for short. I would shake your hand, but you look shaking up as it is. You seem fine, as far as I can tell. You shouldn't head back out there anytime soon. Where on earth are you driving such a hurry? You open your mouth to explain when a voice calls from inside the house. Pointing! This better not be one of your experiments again. I've had the place rebuilt too many times to... The owner of the voice walks out of the house, stops slack-jawed at the side of your car, the side of, you're guessing, his house. Well, duh. You must have hit your head earlier, because you could swear you're seeing double. Sweet Moses Ford, you've done it this time. What? This had nothing to do with me. I was testing my magnet gun, and it must have pulled this victim out of circumstance into the house. I suppose it is entirely my fault. I'm incredibly sorry. Reassure him, reassure yourself, or cry. Ah. It's fine. It's fine, you know. It's not like it was me driving the car. It's fine. Not sure why you're assuring this mystery man who just wrecked your car. You give him an awkward shrug. It's alright, I guess. No, I must have done something wrong. A wire mixed up. Perhaps or the point potentiometer. They're talking about your other mistakes, Sixer. Oh, right. Hey, look, it's fine. Sure, there's a dent in the hood from the shack's singe, and a crack in the windshield that looks like an ominous triangle. We all know what that is, but I'm sure she'll still run. You try to start up the car, it sputters, but ultimately nothing happens. You feel like crying. Oh. Let's call a tow truck for this unfortunate soul here and forget. I'll take care of it. You're right. It is cheaper to tow it yourself. Sixer, get that magnet gun out again. No, Stanley, I'm gonna fix this. What? You? Fix this mess? I figured out a alien... Oh, sorry. I figured out a few alien vehicles in my time. Now, you kidding me? It takes some sort of miracle worker to bring this baby back to life, and this miracle worker is on vacation. Stanley, a moment. Ford and Stanley turn away, and you're left to your thoughts. Who could anticipate a car accident like this in the middle of a road trip? You can take care of the car, but how are you gonna get home? There were buses out here, right? So you take a bus out of here, and then... Ford clears his throat, shifting a little awkwardly in place. Seems like they finished their talk. So, there are a few options. My brother Stanley here could drive you out of town and find a place to stay for the night, or you could stay the night here. We have some maps and information you can look at in the gift shop, and in the morning, we can help you out with your car. What do you say? Just as you're about to answer, another high-pitched voice comes from inside the house. Oh, Grunkle Stan, picture this! A whole week of, oh my gosh. The girl that runs out of the house comes to a halt at the side of your car. Oh, great. Grunkle Ford? Why is it that everyone automatically thinks I'm at fault? Well, this time it is my fault. But I've invited myself here to stay with us for the night. If she's like, I'm sure I can fix this. I just have to figure out how. Stanley sighs. I can take a look. Wait, I thought he was Ford. Oh, this is Stan. Okay. Stanley's talking right now. And being on vacation is pretty boring. And this old Stanmobile hasn't needed tune-up yet. So it wouldn't be too bad to work on something in the meantime. Thank you, Stanley. I'm sure I can put something together from the gadgets I have laying around if you need any specialized tools to help you out with the job. And let me introduce myself. I'm Mabel. You can ask me anything. I pretty much know everything there is to know about this place. Wait, hold on. I haven't said anything yet. I appreciate your offer to let me stay and to report your car. Oh, of course. Yeah, it'll be as good as new in my hands. I mean, look at the Stanmobile. She's been through the ringer who knows how many times, and she's still a beaut. He points out a red car parked distance away. You can't really see how beautiful it is at this distance, but he sounds really confident. Well, this turn of events is suspicious, fortuitous, fortuitous. Sure, why not? For repairs, free lodging, there's no better deal to be found. And if things don't work out, the town probably has some sort of auto repair shop you can hop to instead. Well, thanks for the help. And my apologies again. What an embarrassment. Must have made such an elementary mistake. It's no big deal. You're the one who told my car that. As the pines lead you inside the house, Mabel leaves her number in your phone for you to call whenever, and you find out that Ford's twin goes by Stan. This part's the house, but just outside that door's the mystery shack. Hey, you ever been to the mystery shack before? I wanted to actually. I saw a bumper sticker while I was on the road and I got curious. You're interrupted by that triumphant. Ha! Those bumper stickers were a good investment. And Stixer says they're too plain and graphically simplistic, and don't even have an address on them, Stanley. How is anyone supposed to find the place to attract customers? Stixer, did you hear that? Well, they are graphically simplistic. I don't know how she found the place, let alone thought what is the mystery shack was compelling. I kinda liked it. See? She kinda liked it. Hey, I like you. How about I give you a tour sometime tomorrow? Regular price. Tomorrow? Then I'll have to squeeze all my get-to-know-you questions in today. Tell me, capybara, yes or no? That moment, a boy passes in the hallway, the far door, and Ford calls out to him. And I see him, and if it's who I think it is, it's the cutest boy I've ever seen in my life. Dipper, my boy, yes. I'm surprised. I didn't see you run out of the scene of crime. Crime? What crime? I have an alibi. Oh, you have someone with you. Hey. I'm not suspicious at all. Of course you're not. Did you guys see that car inside of the shack though? For a second, I thought the Minotaurs were back with a grudge. I'm back for you though. Yeah, about that, Dipper. Me. I've stranded her car here by accident. And here to make your life. You know what? I shouldn't say that. Because in the game he's like 13. But technically, in real life, he's my age. Because when the show started, I was also his age. So, I don't... She's staying here for the time being. See, this is the problem with cars. You crashed. Goddamn. Sorry, stranded her car here? You crashed it? Yeah, the S in shack fell on it and everything, and the windows are cracked. One window, the windshield. And she was lucky to make it out alive. She's fine, no injuries, thankfully. The magnet gun's rather safe despite never having been tested in a formal setting. Did you not, like, take safety precautions or anything? Actually, the irony of the situation is that I was trying to install a safety precaution. Hey, if you two are gonna do your nerd talk, I'm gonna go set her up. People, sweetie, why don't you show her around? Let her stay in the storage room, and that's still empty, right? I'll make it empty. Good, thank you. I hope you do. The rest of the day consists of Mabel showing you the storage room you'll be staying in, then the kitchen, and the living room, and the hallway, and the bathroom. Pretty much a comprehensive tour of the mundanities of a regular house. Eventually, you found out that the family is even more extended than you. The decorative doilies make a lot more sense knowing your grandmother normally lives here, and her grandson Zeus. Or Zeus. Whatever the name you look forward to. You look forward to meeting him when he comes out to work one morning. When you go up to the attic, Mabel opens the door to reveal Dipper, nose stuck in his book, but you catch him occasionally glancing up at you as Prince tends to read. Yes, he's checking me out. The next member of the family snorts up at you from Mabel's bed, a rotund pink pig who Mabel declares as her best friend and partner in crime, Waddles. These two are a perfect match, right down to the chubby cheeks and the boopable noses. And in the evening, though you'd still been in disbelief over the state of your car, the family dinner and after dinner TV marathon you've been invited to made it seem like a normal guest stay rather than a forced circumstance. So returning to the storage room Mabel had shown you earlier, you find an air mattress waiting for you, and more pillows and sheets than a summer night warrants. Cool, at least I'm sleeping somewhere. You wake to with a weak glare of sunlight streaming in through the small high window in the wall. You can't remember your room having this kind of feature, or any hotel or motel room for that matter, and then yesterday it comes crashing back to you. You glance at the time to see you've slept in the afternoon. Experiencing the accident yesterday must have left you tired out. Despite having been assured yesterday evening that you were free to do anything in the fridge, you still feel like you're imposing on the Pines family and preparing as polite a guest breakfast as you can. You wash your dishes in the sink before you leave, and just as you're about to exit the kitchen, you bump into Ford. Oh, sorry, sir. Yes, from yesterday. Of course. Forget till a moment Ford regards you in awkward silence. Ford clears his throat. I believe Stanley's taking a look at your car outside. If you want to be there for it. Sure. If you give it on, and make to leave for real this time when Ford speaks up again. And sorry again for the accident. If I'd been smarter about, well, let's just say it's entirely my fault, and you shouldn't worry about this at all. When it comes down to it, Stanley does have a knack for cars. I predict you'll be back on the road in a matter of weeks. Weeks? Can't keep the dismay off your face. Can't really bring yourself to try it either. What am I gonna do with weeks? Ford, who've gone kind of comfortable, closed off when your face fell, covers up the prospect of a question he can answer. Well, there's the town to tour, of course. And the mystery shack. But if you ask me, all the pales in comparison to... Do you hear that? Ford turns to the kitchen doorway to investigate. He's trying to fucking change the subject. It sounds like... The sound comes again, and this time you hear it as well. The squeal of a pig. Bacon! Followed by a bare footsteps running down the stairs. Waddle tumbles back to the kitchen doorway. Mabel comes into view soon after, a few sheets of paper clutched in his hand. Ford steps quickly out of the kitchen and you follow to the doorway, getting there just in time to see the apartment tug of war between Mabel and her pig over a saliva-covered sheet of paper. The paper rips. No! And after nearly toppling backward from her efforts, Mabel recovers, snatching the scrap of ripped paper from Waddles' jaws and lifting both pieces up victoriously. Aha! Mabel wins again. Now I'm just gonna find Grunkle Ford. Ford, who'd run out forward and held a hand out to steady this energetic child when she's been in danger of toppling over, now finds a number of crumpled sheets of paper shoved into his hands. Mabel tugs urgently at his coat. Grunkle Ford, you have to help me. Ford kneels down to face Mabel with a serious, though concerned look. Slow down, Mabel. What's the matter? Dipper found a stack of pages from your old journals and I walked in and Waddles ran up and started eating one of, and he must have been chewing to warn me, Uncle Ford, because look! Mabel took the ripped halves of paper back from Ford's hand and joined them together, holding it up for Ford to see. I see. And you took it as a warning? Yeah, it says here that it eats small dogs, and Waddles is a small pig, but he sort of looks like a dog from far away, and Waddles must have feared for his life. Waddles seemed to snuck in this notion with a snort. Or not, as it seems the pig is lounging adorably short distance away in the hallway. You can't imagine what this dangerous predator could be. Some kind of wolf? Something bigger? You're suddenly not so keen on saying anymore. Remember that pterodactyl I told you about? Waddles was so scared that time I can't let him leave my side. Pterodactyl? You suppose pigs are allowed in museums around here? I thought I finished that repellent I never got around to completing. That'll keep Waddles safe from harm. Mabel flops down on the floor in relief. Grunkle Ford, you're an actual lifesaver. Waddles, you have nothing to fear. Ford chuckles, lifting himself out of the kneel and standing back up. Alright, I'll go get my recipe. Ford turns to leave and you suddenly remember that with nothing better to do for the weeks you're going to be here. It won't hurt to get to know Ford. He seems to know what there is to do around town anyway, and you'll need that to not die of boredom in the first week. Or more pressingly, you could go check on your car and see what Stan's made of it so far. You're not exactly eager to face seeing your car on the side of the house again, though. What should you do? I'm gonna go check on my car. After Ford leaves, Mabel rolls away with her pig towards the living room, and you head out of the house in search of Stan. The mystery shack should only have 4 main sides, but you feel like you made your rounds past 5 of them before seeing your absolute replica of a car. You swear it looks even worse than it did when you crashed it. Stan stands before it, hands on his hips as he looks at the large wooden S that made its indent in the car's hood. Like the Cinderella movie. How bad is it? Can't tell you, not till I get this letter off the hood. That S never did like to stay in place. Mystery hack, huh? Look, if you're gonna insult me, oh, you were reading the sign. I'm fixing that later, alright? Just avert your eyes. Don't look at me. Offer to help him. Guess we should fix it as soon as possible then. Sounds good to me. Give me a hand here, would you? Sam directs you to help him push the wooden S off the car. It stalls a little on its own end, but with another firm shove, its end meets the ground. Sam gives it another push with a grunt, and it tips, falling completely to the ground with a whomp. Whomp! Now that it's free of its burden, Sam lifts up the dented hood of the car to take a look inside. He hums and hums and rubs a hand over his chin in thought. walking over his toolbox and grabbing a tool before walking back, still assessing the damage. Yeah, this one's gonna take a while. You've got parts that need replacing. Not to mention, she's not gonna look so hot after this. None of this fort's got that tech squirreled away somewhere that can smooth out these dents. The more he tells you of the situation, the more it all sinks in. You really are stuck here. Stan spots your word for him. Hey. It's your name, right? Look, I know how this sounds, but with me on the job, you'll be all set and back on that road in no time. You think so? Kid, I know so. Even I got the plan to get those replacement part of yours. Might not be able to clean them up off all these scuff marks after I'm done, but she'll run. And hey, so maybe you gotta stay a couple days. So what? There are worse places to get her stranded, believe me. In fact, I'd even say the Mystery Shack is the best place to get stranded. We've got all tons of stuff for people just passing through. Merchandise, magic, mystery, any other M words? Mayhem? You get the idea. Stan tosses the tool in his hand back into the toolbox, changing it for another. He works for a while longer in your silence. Metallic clanks and the occasional heavy breath, all that mixes with the sound of the outdoors. You stand by, awkward, uncomfortable, and a little useless. Can I help with anything? Know anything about cars? No. Stan straightens, cracks his back, and sets down a tool before leaning casually against the nearest load-bearing surface. He wipes his forehead, lets his hands fall to his waist, and gives you an assessing look. How about collages? Tall tales? Improv? Yeah, I think I can handle that. But what does that have to do with this? You gesture at your stranded car, held in limbo between life and death by nothing other than Stan Pan's car expertise and a little look. Nothing. I was planning on having you help me help Seuss around the shack. A favor for a favor. What do you say? It was more interesting to help him forward with his pest problem. You accept. Alright, follow me. You follow Stan back to the Mystery Shack, passing by the showroom and getting a glimpse of an energetic figure leading a flock of tourists through a veritable sea of obviously fabricated oddities. You hear the words, and this is the 9th wonder of the world, right in the Mystery Shack. It's what makes this place world famous, dudes. Stan notices your pace slowing as you listen and tosses an explanation back for you. That's Seuss. During operating hours, he's the Mystery Shack's one and only Mr. Mystery. I told him he didn't have to keep the shack running while he's on vacation, but the kid's got a passion for the role. You're interested in this kind of stuff? I was thinking about going on a tour. Feels weird now that you're staying at a tourist trap, though. And you were kind of going to poke fun at the exhibits. Harder to do when you have to live around your tour guide. It's fine, really. Nah, I think I want to give you a tour of the place. You'll get one from the founder himself. You ever hear one of my plugs on the radio? You weren't really paying attention to the radio during the drive, just taking in the Oregon scenery. See the signs pointing to this place for over a mile down the road? Again, you were pretty preoccupied with the Oregon scenery, but you guys did see some signs with question marks on them. That's some vague advertising. Just seeing what works. Bumper stickers, huh? Huh, still got one on for it. Anyways, follow me, folks. Well, folk, get ready to be amazed. Let's save here. I can't even